Hello, welcome to the Slip Slip Sis podcast. I'm Che,
I'm Gabz.
and this is episode 17, which
Uh,
we figured out 3 seconds ago, and shocked both our own selves that we are this far along. But welcome. We are available on Ravelry as Slip Slip Sis and on Instagram as slip.slip.sis. You can find all that information down below. I am coming to you from Southern California. Gabz is up in the Bay Area in San Jose, and today is Sunday, February 12th. Happy Super Bowl Sunday to everyone who is invested or interested in sports. I felt proud of myself that I knew it was the Eagles and the Chiefs, and that's about all we got. And Rihanna is performing. Critical information only. Did I miss anything?
Like and subscribe.
Yes, join us for more content. We have many exciting things that are available, but also coming up, which we will talk a little bit more, I guess, later. But I know we have quite a few things maybe to chat about. So maybe we should jump right in. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I have two FOs, not four.
Oh. We were texting last night, like, how many do you have? And Gabs was like, I have 2, 3, or 4 FOs. And I'm like, I don't know how that works, but hey.
No, I only have two, but I am proudest of this one because look, it's done.
Look at that.
So this was my longest standing knit FO. This was supposed to be my Catherine of Aragon sweater, but now it's just a red sweater. So the, the initial plan was to knit, like I did this, right? And then the next part of the plan was to do the color work from the book Tudor Roses. Well, I determined that like color work through your midsection isn't like a flattering look on me. I don't have that body type because I have a really short torso, right? So my body like curves throughout the color work. So I had a sweater like that and then I distorted the color work because of my curve. And I'm like, well, this isn't great. And then I started wearing wooland dresses to work to teach. I'm a teacher. And I discovered that I needed more cropped sweaters. So then I was like, oh, I'm just going to crop this baby. And that's what I did. That's why this is so miniature. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'm going to do like a rune and then the rune sweater by Tristan Molina and do color work on the sleeves. Then I wore the rune sweater to work and realized I just pushed my sleeves up so you don't see the color work. So now I have a red sweater. I really like it. I think it's a really pretty color. Um, this was the color of my boa seen in my senior portrait. So, I know it looks nice on my skin. It's Napa Red by Destination Yarn. I wanted this color super badly when Shaylee and I went to Stitches West with our dad in 2020, right before everything shut down. I wanted the color super badly. And we went on a Sunday because it was free. um, and she didn't have it in like 2-ply or 4-ply. She only had it in merino singles. So I bought it 2 skeins in singles, but y'all, I knit a sweater in single ply on US 2s. That was awful. Hence why it took me from April 2021 to now February 2023 to finish it. And it's a crop sweater. Like it's cropped. There's nothing complicated. It's literally just raglan increases. It's all stockinette with a twisted rib. Like there is no reason, nothing to prevent other than it's single ply on US 2s.
Did you do a sleeve detail?
Nah, dog, just sleeves.
Oh, girl, it's
Nah.
just sleeves.
Like this is like beginner basic raglan. I do not know why it took me even when I was knitting the sleeve. So it was just a little circle in the round. I'm like, this takes a long time. Maybe I should put it away for another year. I can't do this. But thank goodness I'm doing the Yarnaceous and Fangirl Fibers Whip Bingo. So they keep me like motivated. And I'm also in the Facebook group for Yarn Over New York where they're doing a whip finish along. So I'm like, okay, I do well with peer pressure. I know that's not a great thing, but I do very well with peer pressure. So it's done. I will take finished object photos and then wear it to school. I'm not going to block it because I'm scared that it's going to grow.
Yeah.
I'm real scared that it's gonna grow. And the measure, I know this is the block and okay, so here's what happened. I measured myself for this when I was just done breastfeeding my first daughter. Then I got pregnant and breastfed another daughter. So now my whole shape is a whole nother size. So it's fine. I'm not blocking it because it fits the way it looks. And
Your skin will flatten it out. The heat
yeah,
of your body.
the sweat and the heat
You're
from my
fine.
body is the same thing as I don't know. I don't
All that
block half.
matters is that you like it. So
I don't block half my sweaters anyway.
nah,
Whatever.
nah. All right.
What you got?
I got a few for you. So I just finished these last night because I was like rapid firing trying to finish all my things. So these, like literally while I was waiting for you, I was taking pictures of them. These are my stripy socks that I made for our mom's 60th birthday, which is coming up in early March. And I needed to finish them by the time we went to the roasted yarn crawl because I am too cheap to ship them to the Bay Area. So when I see my sister, I am just going to give them to her to give to our mom on her birthday because they're close and she sees them all the time. So these I made for mom, and she is a big fan of browns. If you've been with us for a while, you know our mom loves browns. We do a lot of brown things for her. Our new plan for 2023, though, is I'm knitting her no more brown things because I am tired of brown for mom, and she needs to. I've decided she needs to diversify her socks. So these ones were kind of the last ditch, and I wanted to experiment with like different ways to do the stripes because I also think my new thing for 2023, in addition to DK socks, is striped socks because for me it just makes it go so much faster because it's like it's only 5 and then it's only 2 rows and it's like yes. So I did 5 rows for each of the different colors on the leg, and I just did 2 colors. The main color is cashmere and coconuts. Learned there is actually a name for it. I just didn't have the tag. The colorway is Tiger Lily. And then the brown, the more kind of tonalish brown, that is Shipyard from Destination Yarn. And then for the toe, I did 2s. So I did 2 of the brown, 2 of the other main color. And that's how we ended up with these. So pretty pleased with these. Gotta go get the rest of her gift and then package it up in a nice little pouch for my sister.
Because she knows that I cannot be responsible for wrapping it. If I wrap it, it'll be like in a Ziploc bag. Yeah. I'll be like, look, Mom, I wrote your name on it.
No, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Shall I go next because I've got Mom's present too?
Yeah.
So I knit brown for Mom this time. So I joined the test knit, but I finished the test knit. So this isn't a struggle. I joined a test knit with War Queen Studios for toe up DK weight socks. So these are fingering weight because the gauge got weird. So I did fingering weight, but it is for a DK weight pattern. It's called like her simple basic sock or her super basic sock. So these are knit toe up. I have 2 of them. So I started here with Jenny's Magic Cast On. Simple cast. I don't know. It's that Jenny who does Jenny's super simple, surprisingly stretchy bind off with one end. It's the Jenny with one end. And then I knit toe up, and then I don't even know what kind of heel this is. A short row heel, maybe. And then I've got, it's not even a heel flat because I never stopped being attached. Like it didn't flap in the wind. I knit back and forth here, and then I connected, and then I did a Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off at the top. So I have to tell you what happened with these socks. This is not a mini skein. This is not in part of the yarn, apparently. So I got Gidifra. I don't know how to say this yarn. I got yarn from Lofty Loos at the Sierra Nevada Yarn Crawl. And I thought that I got self-striping yarn. I didn't. I got ombre yarn. So this white part apparently was supposed to tell me where to start the sock. So I was supposed to pull this white part out. And once I reached the end of the white part, then I was supposed to knit the sock. So that when I knit this sock and I pulled the white part out again, I would have matching socks, and they still match anyway. So this white part was just like the indicator part of the yarn. Kind of like the Regia Perfect, how they have that bright yellow. Yeah. And then you knit the sock. But see, okay, This is still user error. This is still me, but this white mat like went with it. That's what confused me, right? Like if it was the bright yellow, I would be like, that doesn't go, right? And I would have thought it more inside my head, but because the white looked like it went with it and it was the center pole, so I couldn't see it. And I saw the white striping through the ball. I was like, oh, it's a self-striping and it's white and then a brown and then a darker brown and then white and then a brown. And then I kept knitting, knitting and knitting and knitting and knitting. And I was like, I'm just gonna knit till the next white stripe and knitting and knitting and knitting. So I finished this one sock in a day because I was just trying to get to the next white stripe. And I was like, crap. So that's what happened. So, but Kimber of Kimber's Cozy Creations, like it still looks cute. It looks like you just did minis for a mini for the toe.
It's an accent toe. It's an accent toe. It's fine.
Yeah, so it's fine. But I was like,
that's upsetting.
Because I thought it was going to be this, because I don't like knitting with brown yarn that much, but I know mom likes brown yarn.
I can't with the brown, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'll get brown self striping and then it'll be great. And then it'll be like kind of spicy because I knew Tay was doing stripes. So I was like, this will be great. And it's fine. Like, this is,
it's a great pair of socks.
yeah, they're super, like, they're like, they feel like hard wearing. They're like tougher. So it's just great because mom runs around with my kids all day. So they came out really nice. I don't think I like toe up socks. I don't think I enjoy them. I've done them a couple times. I still think I'm a cuff down. I think it's the process because for me, I usually do really short legs. So the heel for me is the most complicated part of the sock. So then I feel like with the complicated parts done, then the foot and the toe, it kind of feels like running downhill, right? So you're like, oh, I'm just going. Where this feels like I'm like walking up a hill, if that makes sense. Like I have to do I do the toe and then the foot and then the heel and then finally made it to the top. I don't know.
Plus the toe, it decreases. So like,
so you feel like you're running faster. And for this, it's not a decrease, right? It's an increase. So it's getting wider, and then it only decreases back to the 50. I did 56, so back to the 56. So it felt more like I was running uphill instead of running down.
Yeah.
But they're done. So I finished my test knit well before the deadline. So I promptly signed up for another one, which we'll talk about later.
Awesome. Well, I feel like DK socks are just a full out sprint.
Oh yeah.
Because like these were great. I don't remember why I wanted these, but I just cast them on. I think I had used this yarn, or I was going to use it for a shawl, and I've learned I don't really like making shawls. Like it's not for me. I'm not gonna wear it probably. So not a shawl girl. That's okay. So I frogged that and used this beautiful orange. It's called Pumpkin Pie from Daisy Stitch Company or Daisy Stitch Co. And I held it double. It was a fingering, held it double, did just the vanilla DK socks. But then I was like, all orange, nah, let's add a splash of color. So I added in this really pretty kind of like dark, deep burgundy plum, if you will. I got this from my Row 1 subscription that I used to have, and it is sorry, it is Berry from 29 Bridges Studio. So I think this was fun. Plus this took up like none yarn. Like it was like a 10-gram mini, and I think I used like 3 grams for both toes total. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is the new thing. Like we do the color with color dip here, do some toe. So now with the instant gratification DK socks, we're gonna start adding some embellishments just for giggles.
Spicy, making it spicy.
Spice it up, you know, because I was nervous about holding yarns double to switch for color work. I was like, it's fine. It was so easy. Like, loved it. Plus it will help me use up those minis. So
yeah, because you've got a lot of them.
That one, all minis. From Row 1. Like not the other minis are on the floor.
You gave me some of your Row 1 for the admit, and I really like how they were already in like the ball thing. I was so excited. I was like, yes.
It's perfect for like doubling it up too.
Yeah.
I need to go again. Yes.
I'm done because mine didn't get done.
Well, you're almost hopefully done with these because these are our February swap socks. Which maybe Gabz, you want to put these on, you want to share what happened with my yarn.
Okay, so if you've been watching for a while, you know that Chaley's very organized and I'm mostly chaotic all the time, which does well as a high school teacher because it means I'm pretty good at like chaos happens in my classroom and I can like pivot and I'm like, cool, we'll roll with it. We got this. It makes my sister absolutely crazy. It makes her so mad at me. And I'm also the older sister, so I don't care. So I'm like, you're fine, Che, get over it. So Che or me, we can't actually remember whose sock. I think it was Chaley's idea to do this sock swap. So we did that, and I was like, okay, cool, we're gonna sock swap. And then I got my colors together, and Chaley's like, oh, well, I coordinated for each month, and I'm like, okay. So I went back and organized for a month. And when I was pulling yarns for my sister, I was like, oh, she's on this DK weight sock kick. So I tried to pull as much DK weight as I could for her because I was like, well, she wants to do DK. I've got a bunch left over. I've done it for designs or I've got some for other stuff. So I pulled on my DK weight and then I matched them with the color with the month. Like I did like her January ones were gray, right? So it was kind of like wintry. This month's were pink for Valentine's Day. I'm so good at this. And Shaylee was like, let's do all the crazy sock lady patterns. I'm like, okay, cool. But I had already packaged up all the yarn. So I was like, all right, let's pick the patterns. All of the crazy sock ladies pattern socks are fingering weight. But I gave my sister at least 6 DK skeins and didn't swap it once she told me because I had forgotten I had done that because I packaged them up and I was like, cool, done. Because December is a bananas month for all of us, but mostly for me because I got planned 3 birthday parties. So I was like, great, done. And then Shaylee was like, let's open February. And in my heart, I went, oh no. Well, I probably said other words, but internet. I was like, oh no, because I was 99% sure what color I had given her, and I was pretty sure it was DK. It's really pretty though.
She was right. I got DK Forbidden Fiber Company in the colorway Right to Vote. And it's fine. We were able to kind of adapt the pattern, which is the Sweetheart Socks pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. I'm really obsessed with this pattern. It was a ton of fun. And like, it looks like cables, but it's really like, it's like cables, mock cables light, if you will. It was so easy. I didn't even use a cable needle. But because it was DK, it would have been plenty for you doing just like vanilla DK socks. But these cables ate up so much yarn that I was like, Gabz, I'm not gonna make it. Like like I think I had like less than a gram left when I finished it. And I subbed in these accent toe socks, which is how we got on the accent toe theme. And I shortened this I usually do about 30 or 40 for my leg, and I did 20. And then I usually do like 27, 30 for my foot. I think I also did 20 for the foot, so it's a little tight. It's a little tight, but I might just give it to our mom because she has smaller feet than me. But I like them so much. I think this yarn is so pretty and so neat, but it worked out fine. It's like, oh, I should probably hold it this way. It was totally fine. And yes, these are our February sock swaps. I think Gabz is still working on hers.
That's literally what I'm knitting on furiously right now to try and catch up.
In fingering weight, in case anyone was, but I finished these in like a day and a half because not only were they DK, but the pattern was just so fun that they flew off the needles.
So, yeah, they're really pretty. They were solid socks. If you're doing the Crazy Sock Ladies vintage Valentine make along, which is that's not why we were doing these, but now we are entering ours anyway. These are like so cute. They're so fun. They're also decently mindless, like Chaley said. I've been talking to y'all and knitting on them, and it's a pattern thing. So It's pretty great. I'll share mine when it's time for my whips.
4-stitch repeat. So super easy. And my last FO, which I'm so thrilled about, is my first like garment sweater FO of 2023. This is my Pierre pullover. And this is a pattern by Stephen West. And I am obsessed with it. It is my first time doing a fade, and I think it went okay. Yeah. It feels pretty fadey. I was running a bit low on yarn though of my own doing, because I was probably like 200 yards short. So that's why we have cropped sleeves, but it's fine because I push up my sleeves like my sister anyways.
And it's California. We're in California.
Fine. Like I don't need it's DK weight, which also made it go super fast. Plus it's every like 20-ish rows is a different texture. So it was like fun to like go into the next one. So you have like twisted ribs, seed stitch, these cool, you can't really see it, but like triangle thingers, some garter in here. So I had a great time. The yarn is Mars from Blue Fiber Company, and I am going to wear this to the Rose City Yarn Crawl when we go in about 2 weeks, actually, right? One more weekend and then we go.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited about this. Very happy with the fit as well. I don't know if it's just because like yoked sweaters fit me better, or maybe like because Stephen West is a male identifying designer. I have more of a male or masculine build, so it fits me better. So I thought it was great because I never do like waist shaping or anything. Plus the shoulders are extra big and I tend to have broader shoulders. So this is great. It's perfect for me. So very happy with this one. I also think I finally committed to being a better like blocker when I block the things, because usually my garments take 70,000 years to dry. And so I like put it in there for the 15 minutes I was supposed to put it in there. Then I rolled it in the towel to like get out after I squeeze the water. Never do that. I never do that.
You never do that?
I never do that. I just like kind of squeeze it and leave it out. Well, it dried in like 2 days.
That's why it takes you forever?
Yeah, I learned that. I figured that one out. I figured that out when I did the
Cow?
yes, yeah,
Because that baby's a beast.
the twists and turns. I kind of you had to do it with that one. So now I get to go pack this. I'm done. Those are all the things I finished.
I have
only
whips.
2.
I have, okay, I have 8, but I have 3 that I'm showing.
Okay, you go first and I'll sandwich you.
You can't.
What? Oh, God. You're a menace. Go ahead, Gabz. I'm just going to work on these socks while you chat through these babies.
So I knit my sock whips 2 at a time, not the same sock. Because I get bored and I don't finish stuff. Obviously, how I have 8 whips. So what I'm doing is I'm knitting 2 different socks 2 at a time. These are the Sweetheart socks that I'm working on with my sister. She gave me the cutest. This is also Forbidden Fiber Company, Ballet Boss. It's sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkle.
You can see it.
It's sparkly. I love it so much. I also haven't told my sister this. I love it so much and I think it's so pretty. I think I'm going to enter them in the county fair.
Okay.
If you've ever entered in your county fair, tell me how it went, because we've never done that, but it's also only $2 to enter. And then if you win, it's a $10 prize. So you could make $8. What?
You should enter your cardigan.
No, it's because the inside looks like a mess. Because you actually have to send the item. But yes, it's got to be good finishing on the inside, which I didn't do.
Weave in your ends.
I didn't do good finishing. So these are the Sweetheart socks. This is Ballet Boss by Forbidden Fiber Company. I got these second half of my sister's skein that I bought her. So I really bought myself this yarn, but I love it so much. And then this, Chaylee says it's gray.
That's totally gray.
It's definitely green.
100% gray.
You're
wearing gray right now, aren't you?
No, I'm wearing green, girl.
No, that's gray.
Anyway, we got this from Fuzzy Whatnots when we won a prize last January for
the whip line.
Yeah, for their cow across the whip line. So I did a Fish Lips Kiss heel this time because I want to be just like Nitty Natty when I grow up. I think she's younger than me. I want to be just like Nitty Natty. But really, I realized that the heel flap and gusset heels don't fit me that well. There's too much space in the heel because I have very narrow feet. So I'm trying this one instead. So I did do a different heel in the pattern than that Kay wrote for. This is my second sock. I finished my first one. It's really cute. I was able to do mine longer than my sister's because she generously gave me enough yarn and the right weight. Yeah, that was my bad. And you know what? It's gonna be my bad for like 6 more months because she's got more DK.
I think
So
the next one's gonna be super complicated though.
it's cute. It came out really cute. It's a little stretched because these are my larger sock blockers for mom's socks, but it came out. I loved it. I only messed up on this like 4 times. It's because I'm knitting 2 at a time. So the other thing that I'm knitting 2 at a time, or my other second one, is this sock. I've got the other finished one. That's probably a better show. So I have Shaylee and I bought this at the Sierra Nevada Yarn Crawl when we went.
Did?
Yes. This I got from Knits and Knots Tahoe. And this
You
is
did?
I did, and it's storyteller yarn. So
Oh, we did.
I got this. I have forgotten said colorway already.
Did
I
you
also got this gold from
Okay.
Lofty Lose, which is by Knitted Wit. And then this was again my bad. I was playing Yarn Chicken again and didn't have enough gold for the heels, toes, and cuffs. So I did the cuff in gold because I really wanted the gold to stick out of like my shoes. And then when I knit my cranked sock tube, this is a cranked sock tube. I do toes next, so I did toes. And then I looked and I was like, I have 1 gram left.
Oh God.
No heels. This ain't gonna happen. Like I'll play Yarn Chicken every time, and I'm like, I'm gonna lose. Like there's no situation in which I'm going to even come close. So then I added this cute little pink contrast heel, which isn't super contrasty. It like kind of blends in, which I actually really liked. Lottie wanted me to do blue, but I've done blue contrast cuffs twice now in the past like month. So I was over because Shaylee gave me the blue, and then my daughter's favorite color, Lottie's 3, likes blue. So anything that I pick, she's like, use blue. And I'm like, I don't want to use
blue.
So I used pink. And then that's what I'm doing here is I'm knitting the other sock, which is why I thought I was going to be done. I totally thought that I was going to be done because look how close I am to finishing the heel. But then I had to watch Fast 9 with my husband, which is the Fast and the Furious number 9 in the saga. And
No way.
yeah, the plot is not really there. So it's mostly action. So I couldn't like look down that much because I mostly needed to watch things exploding and like fighting.
You didn't like the magnets? I thought the magnets were great.
I'm not there yet.
How are you not there? It's in like the first action scene
What magnet?
where he jumps off the cliff and the jet picks him up.
Did I miss that because I was looking at my knitting?
It's like for sure within the first like 30 minutes.
Is this John Cena jumps off?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they were talking about.
It's magnetized. The magnets are the theme throughout this one. So I feel like in every Fast and Furious, they pick some cool thing that like it's like the plane and then the tank and then like this is now the magnet thing.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's action. That's all it is. And you definitely must suspend disbelief that we live on Earth with gravity and physics. If you just suspend that, it's great. But
Great.
you can't
Love it.
Can't think that they live in the same world with us where they drop things and things hit the ground. Like you just go.
Looking forward to Fast 10 with Jason Momoa as the bad guy.
I love Jason Momoa so much.
We should probably talk about movies at the end.
Oh yeah, my bad. All right, you go.
Okay, so the one that I am working on is part of our collection for our mom. She's probably not going to watch this, or she'll forget by the time that it's Christmas. So can I share what we're doing with them for her?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so mom and I have this thing in the winter that we very lovingly call sausage toes. Apparently it's actually a thing. It's called like chillblains.
You say like you live in the 19th century workhouse, like in England?
What Mrs. Johnston told mom it was called. I just think we have bad circulation. So our toes kind of swell in the winter if we're cold. I'm fine here in Southern California because it's sunny and beautiful. I actually had to close my blinds because it was too bright. but mom has to wear warm socks. So she's been doing fine with all of the knitted socks that we make her, and she's been wearing those. Finally, she ran out of them because our mother is also much too lazy to wash her socks in the appropriate manner that one needs to wash their socks. We fully showed her how to do it in her machine, and she still refuses to do that.
I also just told her to bring this. She watches my girls during the day, so I was like, just bring me the socks and I'll do them. Like,
She doesn't
watch
do
my
that.
kids, no problem. She won't do that.
She
So
won't do
now
that.
we're just gonna make her enough socks
For like the whole year. So
to
now
last the winter.
December, this coming for Christmas, we last year we did like 12 days of Christmas for our mom. I think our goal is to do like a sock advent for her. So 24 pairs of socks, 12 each. So I am kicking off on my non-brown. I'm going to call it the anything but brown advent, which I now need you to get on that with me, Gabz.
I can't. I already have these. I got the
Give them to
other
her
half
for her
of these.
birthday.
No, I have the other half of these, and I bought 2 more brown skeins of yarn, dude.
Well, Gabz, give
Jay.
it for her anniversary or something. Gabz, it's the theme. We've committed to the theme. It's called anything but brown. Parentheses. Gabz doesn't listen to me.
Yeah, Gabs is gonna do what she wants anyway.
I think we should do anything but brown though. I think it would be exciting for her to like mix it
But
up.
I have so much brown yarn just for her.
Well, then make it later. It's fine. So I'm making these, and they're DK because we love DK. Look at this little dolphin. This is one of the stitch markers that our dad made for me when I was trying to learn how to make these myself. But then dolphin was what we call varsity. So dad had to do this one. I'm still fresh off level for the markers. So that is the dolphin. And then I am holding 2 yarns together to make this. I'm calling these my ocean socks.
They're cute.
I have dolphin, and then this kind of plain like teal turquoise is a hawthorn kettle dye from Knit Picks in the colorway Poseidon. And then this colorway, I think you won out of some giveaway or some challenge that you were doing, Gabrielle. And
it was the Adventurely Make Along hosted by Breaking Yarn and Leah Loves to Knit.
And the colorway that I got the other 50-gram half of is from Old Soul Fiber Company. And the colorway is Cocoa Beach. So ocean socks for mom. So these I started last night because I actually finished all of my whips last night. And I was like, oh no, I can't show up with no whips. That would just be embarrassing. So these got started last night as well.
That would be the height of embarrassment, Shay.
Right. That's just shameful.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is my bag that our dad made for me. This is one of a while. No, you made it. Daddy made it.
I did.
Gabz made it for me. This is my like rainbow stitch bag. Your turn.
Is it you or is it me?
Well, don't you have one more and then I have one more?
Yeah. Okay. So this is my Twist and Turns mystery knit along. If you haven't finished it, I don't know. Like you're like me, but you probably should have seen it by now because it's been everywhere. So mine is in my Erin Lane Bags yarn chicken barrel, which I absolutely love so much. I want to get one of the smaller sizes. She calls it a bucket. She was going to do a sale, a live Facebook live sale in February, but she has gotten ill. She has COVID. So I don't know if that's going to happen because who knows? COVID's a bummer. But I am now finally on the second half of filling in the thingamajiggies.
The ribs.
2, 4. So I still have to do all of this, the fill in triangle bit, but I did do the other side. I know it's like really hard to show. I now see why everyone struggles to show it. I did do this. I'm done. I did this side.
I like it.
I love my colors. I think they're great. I love purple so much. And I'm still really into this green that I have. I really like this green. Yeah, so I like it a lot. I tried it on as best I could and realized that it is gigantic. I mean, I knew it was gigantic, but like I didn't believe that it was gigantic. So I wanted to add more onto it, but now it's going to be way too big. Like it covers the majority of my torso as it is. So I'm going to do pom-poms. I'm gonna do pom-poms on it because I like put it on and I was like, oh no, Gabs, this is already humongous.
Are
So
you gonna do the like scalloping chevron-y bit and then do the pom-poms, or you just straight
yeah,
pom-poms?
no, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do it exactly like you, and instead of doing the tassels, I'm gonna do pom-poms instead.
Got it.
Because you can't be exactly like your sister. So
Well, our colors are almost exactly the same, except you did green and I did gray.
I know. But I really like my colors, so I don't even care if our colors are similar because I love them both. Um, I really liked it. It's just taking my whole journey of knitting ever. Yeah. I liked I'm gonna do the mystery knit along again next year. Like I really liked it. It's a lot of knitting, and I think now I know a lot more about how long it's going to take and what's feasible, and that's okay. And I didn't really feel pressure to like keep up. Once I saw what clue 1 was, I was like, yeah, no, this isn't happening.
Not gonna happen. And October is a really hard month, I would say, for like anyone in academia.
Yeah.
It's so busy. It's like the April of the fall. April's super busy, and for me, and I think for you as well.
For me this year it's March. I actually may be okay this year for October because I work in public school, so I don't get to decide our schedules. The teachers don't get to. Our school board voted to start school on August 2nd. So really, October is now going to be December or September, right? Like we usually start like middle of August. So we're scooted 2 weeks forward. So I may actually, all my busyness may actually slide
Yeah.
into September. We also have an October break in my schedule. So hopefully the clue 1 comes out while I'm still on break. That would be amazing.
Yes.
It was not going to happen that way though. It's gonna be my first week back teaching is when clue 1's gonna
Of course
come
it
out.
is.
And then it's gonna be all scrambly. But send good thoughts that Stephen releases it early October so that I have clue. I want to try and actually get clue 1 done in the month of October, which I did, but that's my goal.
Yeah. I think
okay.
I just like I'm fine with it being like an 8-week
Yeah.
for me. It's just 4 weeks, it's not gonna happen. Even if I didn't have a busy season, like even just if I went to work for 9 hours a day, I still wouldn't have time to finish it in the evening and like do life things. And that's fine. Like doesn't really
Yeah. It's I think you're right. I think ideally like it would be 6 weeks, right? Because then 6 weeks would be a push for us, but then the people who knit really fast would do it during the 6 weeks.
right. They wouldn't feel like it's super slow.
Yeah. So I feel like 6 weeks would be the ideal because then if we had the time we could scram. But the 4 weeks did you watch Nitty Natty's video? It was like 180 hours of knitting.
Yeah, and she was staying up super late, and like knitting is like her main thing. So
Yeah.
I definitely felt better about like where I was at when I saw like she was like, this is a lot, and this is my main thing that I do, and it's a lot.
Right. Because it just was like it's a lot in
It's
general.
fun though. Like I would say, like I didn't worry about being surprised, so I liked seeing what other people's looked like, which then helped me feel motivated to be like, well, I want mine to look like that. So and plus I like being delayed because then we got to see what other embellishments everyone else did. So then we could also kind of like decide like, oh, that's a good idea.
Like the pom-poms. I don't think the pom-poms are in the original.
No, none of the things added, like tassels, pom-poms, extra stitch things. People just like went with it. And I think that's really cool. And I think the fact that like Stephen West like supports that is also really cool because he's like, make it your own. Like if you don't like that, just don't do it.
Yeah, I really like watching his videos where he's like, if you have too many stitches, just pick it up. And I'm like, cool, because that's what I was
Put
gonna
them together. It's
I was
fine.
like, cool, that's what I was gonna do anyway. But I'm glad that I like that he's real about like, yeah, sometimes it doesn't go great, just fix it, it's fine.
He's like, don't tear it out. Like it's fine.
It's honestly the shawl's huge. It's 2 stitches in this gigantic shawl that no one's ever gonna notice.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm on this theme. Well, I've never not been on this theme, but I like to like have my projects and all of its notions coordinating. So in my Mean Girls bag, I do think this one was dad though, because the inside is black, and that feels like a dad move to have done black for me.
I think we started it at my house,
I
and
don't,
I think I
maybe
had
I
to.
remember cutting it because you have the fabric, but here we are. So in this, I decided, because I can't like decide what I want to make. Also, I wanted to start my something cozy. I borrowed the needles from my sister. Turns out I didn't have the right cable. Like, I had the smalls and I needed the large. The cable's on its way, and then I was sad I didn't have any whips or things to work on. So I started 2 socks, one for mom and then one for me. It's like a balance, if you will. And so these socks, I have been dying to cast them on and just never got around to it. So I'm doing it's basically like a share a pair. It was a special edition from Lydia Yarn, and I don't think it actually has a colorway name. It just says limited edition, non-repeatable. It is sock twists. You get 230 yards of color 1, 230 yards of color 2. And I am doing what the crazy sock ladies like, 2 striping technique
Mhm.
on them. So there's this really pretty gray and this really pretty light pink. And look at my little piggy. This is another of the stitch markers that I believe your brother-in-law made this one for us. And so I got the little piggy. And these are just fun because I like the DK are straight vanilla. These are like another, because they're still vanilla, but it's a little more interesting with the striping. So here, I'll pull out the colors. You can kind of see them a little bit more clearly. So these I also started last night. So now I have 2 socks to alternate while I wait for my cable to show up. Because also for the something cozy, the first thing is to make the entire back panel, which is about 18 inches of back and forth stockinette knitting, and it's made flat. So that means I have to purl going the other way, obviously. So that's why I'm like, I'm going to need other projects to like break up the monotony of that sweater. But I'm very excited for that sweater because I think it's going to be super interesting. I've never used boucle before, and I think it's just going to be a sweater that is something I can throw on because I think it's almost the same shape as like this shirt I'm currently wearing. So excited about that. But if you want to see the other garment making plans I have for this year, check out my What's the Plan, Che 2023 video. I have a million acquisitions.
I have none because I'm on a yarn freeze, but today I'm going to a yarn swap, so maybe I will get some more. Holy badolies, Chaley.
I had to buy this little thing from Daiso to hold all of the things for when we podcast, so they didn't
It's too
forget.
many things if your thing falls off your pile.
No, that was my own fault. That was just gravity. Unlike Fast and Furious, it does exist in my home. In my defense, one of the things is my Yarnable, so that's just a constant, and I just haven't shared that yet. But I did get my Yarnable. I don't know where that goes with. Whoops. Okay, and it's really cute. If you haven't gotten yours yet, I guess don't look away, but it's like pretty. I think everyone's gotten theirs so far. I really liked this month's goodies, and I think I already ate the eating part one. I think it came, no, it was a sticker. I already put sticker on my water bottle, which I should have grabbed, but I got this bag, which I feel like is very accurate for me because gifts are my love language. And if the gift is yarn, it's even much more my love language. So very excited to use this tote bag. And then it came with a sticker that also said yarn is my love language. And I put that on my knitting water bottle. And then it came with this really cute project details tracker, which, if you know, I have a making journal. Gabz has started her knitting journal, making journal that she got from Mad Cow Mandy. And so this is super cute as a notepad. It gives you a lot of different spaces for you to put in here. I probably will not use it though, because I like to have things in a book and am kind of particular about how I like things to look. Gabrielle is not as particular. So I'm actually going to give this to her because I don't think she's going to care if you just like paste it into a journal because she also needs what is
Prompts.
it? Prompts. So this will be perfect for Gab. So I'm just going to pretend she hasn't seen this and put it with her birthday gift.
I'm so surprised.
Yeah. And I also, it depends on if I have enough of this. You should probably get some of this, but the yarn, the theme is purple. So this is the yarn and it is called Love Language. And keeping with the DK theme, I did get DK for my Yarnable subscription. So I am looking forward to, maybe these would be cute to do in that sweet
Yeah.
box, because it
Yeah.
show it really well. And this is
Support that.
basically a tonal, right? So
Yeah,
maybe
do
I'll
that.
cast those on. I'll blitz through Mom's Ocean socks and then cast these on. And maybe these will be what I bring to the Rose City Yarn Crawl.
Yeah.
Okay. Technically, this next one I didn't buy, so it doesn't count as something like that Chaylee acquired using her own money. Because my best friend, Michaela, who I have been friends, Michaela is my longest friend. We have been friends for 15 years. She has recently picked up knitting and is now obsessed with making socks. She started another new sock, not the same as the one that she was working on. So she had her first practice sock, which was the tiniest sock ever because she got confused and only cast on 40 stitches. So it was very skinny. Also, Michaela's a little bit of a tense knitter, so it was very tight. And then she got new yarn because she went to a yarn store all by herself and finally figured out how to get that one going. But now she's on the foot and has gotten bored with the stockinette. So then she's decided to cast on another new sock, not the second sock of the one she's working on, but just a whole new set for her boyfriend, Diego. So now she's got like,
yeah, because Diego's got smaller feet, right? So that'll
right,
prevent her from
right,
getting bored on the so.
exactly.
Diego's like 6 feet tall. He's got big feet.
Yeah, it's not, I don't know what her logic is, but now she's got one of each of one sock for 3 pairs. So, but she's funny and she's great. So she went to New York for her birthday and I was like, dude, go to a yarn store because there's a ton. I sent her like Nitty Natty's like New York yarn crawl video and she found one, FaceTimed me from there because then she didn't know what yarn she was allowed to get. Because I wouldn't let her get like single ply or any of those things because it's just not going to work for her. And then my prize for being her friend and having 2% amount of patience with helping her with these things is she got me this yarn from the Plucky Knitter.
That's cute.
Isn't it cute? And it is their Hardy BFL 4-ply fingering, and the colorway is Take My Breath Away. And I have wanted yarn from the Plucky Knitter ever since I saw it on someone. It's probably Nitty Natty, and I want it. Like, I don't know why I want it, but I want it. So she got me this. Doesn't count because I didn't buy it. Plus I feel like I earned it, like with working.
Yeah, except when it got too hard, you made her text me.
Yeah, because I didn't understand what she was asking. And I literally FaceTimed her at my job. I sent her videos of me doing it. I like highlighted her pictures to show what was wrong. I couldn't. It was done. It was time for her to go talk to my sister. Okay. She also sent me, she had bought these and isn't going to use them. So she sent me 16-inch Chaogu ones with their 16-inch cable. I guess I have to figure out what I'm going to do with these or just have them.
Maybe
a hat, but I don't know if I would ever use ones on a hat. That's the thing. We'll see. And then I did an order a bit ago from Amanda Knits. And that came in. And I got a sticker with that, which is on my water bottle, which I think is the funniest sticker ever. It's a little crude. So that's not your vibe. That's okay. But I think it's funny. It has a picture of a skein of yarn that says, love a good fingering. And I think that's very funny. So I put it on my knitting water bottle and I'm very excited about it. And then I love it when people do like yarns that are seasonal. So it matches the season that they're doing. And I have never really gotten that many Halloween yarns. So now I'm trying to build up my Halloween vibes. So I got this yarn from Amanda Knits on DK, DK, and it's called Beetlejuice. But it says Beetlejuice 3 times. I've never seen Beetlejuice because it
don't say it 3 times.
Because I think that's what like makes Beetlejuice come.
Yeah, don't do that. You live alone.
Right. So this is it. And I'm excited because I think it'll be fun, like October socks, especially when I'm traveling. To do just DK. Plus it'll like finish fast and be on brand and be easy to do. But she was so sweet. I she had some delays with shipping. She sent me a ton of goodies. I got so many stitch markers. I won't show them all, but I got these cuties, these really cute ones here. That's like, I got a rose, whoops, rose,
Cute.
like a butterfly. So these are super cute. She was super sweet. And look at this fun bag. Like even that is a nice touch. So thank you, Amanda, for all of the goodies. And then technically this is Dad's fault because he shouldn't be sending me yarn things. Like that's his own fault. He don't want me to spend money. Like don't send it to me. He sent me a post from Arcane Fiber, and it was their.
He sent me it too. I just didn't buy it.
Okay, well I bought it. Well, because then I went to their website and I was like, if you buy 2 skeins, free shipping, and I'm like, easy, because they're out of Canada. And I didn't want to pay for shipping. So like, great, I'll just get 2 skeins. So I got the Hocus Pocus one because I've discovered I love Hocus Pocus because I think they're very funny. It scared me when I was little, which is why I didn't like it. But now that I'm a grown up, I'm like, you're hilarious. So I got the Hocus Pocus colorway. Get that. Still DK. We're on brand with the DK, folks. This is their label for it. And then as my second skein to, acquire free shipping, right, I got this one, which is called Blazing Birch, which I think is a super fun colorway. I'm also trying to expand beyond my pinks. So I thought this was a good, adjustment there. However, the next thing I'm about to show you is pink, so it doesn't count. But love this one. Another pair of DKs. Not for mom though, because it has brown. So I'm trying to mix it up.
We say that until it's like November and we've got nothing and we're like, whatever, we're just gonna knit what we have.
It's just brown. And then, I'm enticed by a good sale. So Cheryl Hypnotic Yarn was having she did a shop update, and she has this great section of her shop called Perfectly Imperfect. So it's skeins that she's dyed that are not quite what she wants them to be, or that match the colorway she's intended to be. So it's just a little bit off, but they're still beautiful. And so they're listed at a discount. Plus, as a Yarnable member, I get a discount to Hypnotic Yarn for the month that we're in. So I use my discount code. Plus, this game was on sale. So I really envied the January folks because I signed up in January. So I didn't get the January yarn, and I loved that color that they all got. So I got the Imperfect January one that it's called Party Like It's 2023 on the Platinum DK base. So I think this is so pretty. And then she sent me this thank you for being a sweet customer little goodie. I don't actually know what's in here because I haven't opened it yet, but it has ingredients on it. So it leads me to believe that it is something edible.
What are the ingredients?
Like, I think it's chocolate. I think it's like a truffle or something because there's like cocoa, molasses, sea salt, those things. I don't see nuts though, so I think I'm good on.
Maybe it's like caramel?
I would imagine it's like some kind of truffle or something. Well, the caramel's not on here. But like egg whites, evaporated milk, some kind of sweet thing. I'll eat it later. I actually haven't had breakfast yet. Maybe this will be my breakfast. But those are all the things that I have purchased or acquired in the 2 weeks since you last chatted with us. And I do have one more thing on the way. And I feel like I did a really good job this morning because we released my United Skeins of America, shout out Gabz for that clever name, video where I want to acquire a skein from every single state in the United States. I'm not doing the like I have to go get it. It's just like order. If I order it, if I go, whatever. And a lot of people have given so many good suggestions for yarn shops. So thank you so much. I even had dyers reaching out to me. I immediately went to their shop and was like, add to cart, check out. I was like, wait, you're going to the Rose City Yarn Crawl in about a week and a half. So I'm going to go to the yarn crawl, figure out the yarn budget for that based off of that, and then slowly start exploring these. But please keep those suggestions coming because they are so helpful. And I love getting the opportunity to learn about new dyers, but also love the way the community supports one another. So please keep sharing those. It is so helpful. If you haven't seen that video yet, feel free to go check it out. And I think this is maybe a good transition to news, life updates.
Yes. So my Yarny acquisition that I got was a library book. So I didn't even spend any money. This is our next book club read. We just finished, or we're finishing next week, Needled to Death, which is
it's next week?
Yeah, girl.
Oh, I gotta read that book.
Which is book 2 of the Maggie Sefton Knitting Mysteries. This one was about an alpaca farm. I've finished it already, and I'm dying to talk to my sister about it, but she hasn't finished it. So so the next one is called A Deadly Yarn. And it's about her friend, the protagonist friend, coming and oh no, something bad has happened to them. It's very dangerous in Fort Collins, Colorado. But I was actually super pumped about they come with recipes in the back of the book. So that's the first thing I looked at. This one is for chili relleno, which is chili peppers stuffed with cheese, which I've never had a good recipe for. So I'm excited to try that out because it is a it's like a Tex-Mex, or it's like that. It's not like a true like authentic Mexican dish. It's more like an Americanized Mexican dish. So I'm very excited to try that. If you want to join our book club, we do Discord chats, which is every 2 weeks. So it's kind of monthly, but it's more on the stagger of the month. Like it's every 4 weeks instead of like trying to adjust to like February being a short month and then March being a long month. It's just every other Saturday. So if you want to join us, send us an email, send us a chat, an Instagram message. We'll send you the Discord link. It's really fun. Sometimes we do giveaways. We chat. They're murder mysteries. They're not slasher scary stuff. So it's mild. I have other life news. My 1-year-old is walking now. So if you've been following, we've been podcasting since when I first was pregnant with Eleanor. She's now 13 and a half months old. She is walking. And this morning, she decided she was going to climb onto her sister's step stool. That is one of those with like a railing around the top for my older daughter too. And then Eleanor slipped off of the first step. And like it must be a second child thing. She just held onto the bar. So I come out into the kitchen and she's just like holding onto the bar. Her little legs are kicking. And my older daughter's like, oh no, Lenny. And my older daughter would have freaked out and fallen. My Lenny just like held on, kicked her feet until she refound her footing and then kept climbing. And I'm like, it's second baby. It's got to be second. She's just like, it's fine, mom. Like I'm 1 and I slipped, so I held on until I got my footing again. I got this. Y'all. She also loves pink yarn, just like Jaylee. She comes into the yarn room and she only pulls the pink yarn off the shelf.
That's us, little sister.
What about you, Che? What's new with you?
Well, I found us that knit-a-thon that we're doing. I promptly read nothing about it, send it to my sister so that she would sign us up and do all the things for it. I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. I think I have to knit for 12 hours on some day in March. So we're doing that. I'll put the link down below if you'd be so inclined to be one of our sponsors, or you can join in on the event. I think it's still open for folks, and it was Creative Yarnaholic.
Who we saw it from, but she's not the creator, but she's doing it as well.
Yes, she was participating, and I was like, this is cool. So we should participate. So all of the proceeds go to food insecurity, correct?
Yes.
So it's like Knit for Food. So that's something we're participating in. I believe it's end of March that this happens. 26th. So plenty of time for planning. That's something else we'll be doing. And our dad will be joining because it's making. So you can do crochet, you can do sewing as well. So that'll be fun. And Gabz's mother-in-law will be joining us for that. Life things, not too much going on. We're getting into the event season for my job. So planning those, but also we're doing a lot of fun things. I oversee our tour guide program. So we are doing Palentine's tomorrow. So I felt like I was bringing big room mom energy because I was like scurrying around Target trying to find construction paper, and then the girls wanted heartstrings, but Target doesn't do those. So I was like, ah. So I went to the bachelorette party section or the bridal party section, and I found this like rose gold foil thing that says love, and I'm like, great. Like, let's do that. And I got pink balloons, and I was like trying to find the chocolate kisses for them. And then they wanted sprinkles for their cookie decorating. I was like, ah. And then my co-manager is like the fun dad that just shows up and is like, oh, this is great. Like, I'm here for the frivolity. Well, I'm like, I don't have heart stickers. So I was like scurrying around my craft room trying to like find stickers that I had. So we have that coming up. We're also doing like tour guide Olympics, and we are also doing a tour guide costume formal where the theme is rhyme for no reason, which I think is very clever. Where so you and your buddy will dress up as something that rhymes together. So my students are going to watch this, but my partner is my co-manager and I, and he is going to be Darth Vader and I am Ruth Bader Ginsburg as our costume. But I have misplaced my master's regalia. So I graduated from my master's program last. You have it?
I have it.
Blessed, because it's not in my house. It's not in mom's house. And we're like, I don't know where it is.
Is that so? What happened is mom panic texted me, do you have a Chili's master's regalia? And guess what time she texted this to me at?
Either really early in the morning or really late at night.
8:15 a.m. on a Thursday. Where is Gabz? Every morning at 8:15 a.m. on a Thursday teaching first period. So I was like, maybe, I don't know. I can't check till I got home. So yeah, we have it. We found it. It was behind mine. I think it got left at the house when we did our faux masters ceremony. So now it's hanging in the garage like a ghost. So mom and dad can't forget it. Like
was it in the garage or where?
No, it was in the closet. It was behind my master's regalia.
This tracks because we probably left it for Lottie's recital and then forgot to grab it because I was like, we didn't move it when I moved, so it's not in Southern California. It's got to be in the Bay Area.
Yeah, mom was pretty well, and then I told her, I was like, well, Chili can always borrow mine. Like, that's because I have my master's as well. So I was like, well, Chili can always borrow mine if we can't find it.
Well, really, I just need the robe. So that
do you not have your undergrad robe?
It's at mom's house.
But this one is here. So when are you doing your rhyme for no reason?
Oh, March. So I just wanted to know where it was and backup plan if like we don't mail it down or no one comes in time. I will borrow my friend's Nick's. Who's?
Do I have to bring it to the Rose City Yard?
Oh my God.
Can you imagine me walking through PDX airport in master's regalia?
Just wear it. Like, just put your like stuff in the sleeve.
Right in the sleeve. Like, if you've seen master's robes, they've got the little pockets, like knitting just coming out of my sleeves.
That's good though. You can put your project bag in there and it'll come out the sleeve. But no, it's fine. I couldn't find it, so I wanted to know where it was, just so that I know it's like not gone.
Exactly. Nah, I have it apparently.
Not in so much that I need to wear it, but that stuff was just so expensive that I didn't want to like lose my master's regalia. So here we are. And then mom's like, well, I guess you're just gonna have to go get your doctorate because we've lost it. So you're
Ooh, but I want you to have that funny hat. I really want to wear your funny hat.
I won't get a funny hat. Like I get a funny hat, but not the good funny hat. It's business. Who gets the one that looks like a bishop?
I like the one, I think it's like the one that looks like a beret.
I guess I would get that one.
That one's okay. I'm not getting my doctorate. So I was like, well, I need someone else. Someone who I could ask, can I wear your funny hat?
I tried on like one of my colleagues' hats because that was fun because he also went to USC. So it was like bright red. But I signed up actually for an EDD info session to see, because one of the perks of working at a university is you often get a discount, or you can get a degree through tuition or admission. We don't have to pay for it. You just pay the taxes on it. So I'm like, might as well get my free degree. So we'll see when when I start that, so that my sister can wear a funny hat.
Yeah, that's really all I care about, is that I want to wear that. I'm not getting my EDD. I make at my district, if I have a doctorate, I make $1,000 extra a year.
Plus, you'd have to pay for it. Like working at a university, I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I'd have to pay the PhD or EDD tuition to make $100 extra a month.
Yeah, not quite worth it. So
nah.
Then I
guess
my
sister's gonna get a funny hat.
Dr. Chaley for like a month after I graduate.
Oh yes, we could be Doc Chaley, like a Wild Western, like a sheriff with your funny hat. And your yarn coming out of your sleeves.
And my sleeves, yes. That's
like a Western, like a showdown at noon. You like quick draw and knit really fast. We've devolved. We should end this podcast. We've
Yes,
straight
but
devolved.
stay tuned because in about a week and a half, we will be doing the Rose City Yarn Call. That will be a vlog. We probably won't have podcasts for a bit after that. So that'll be kind of the next video coming out for us. Thank you so much for sticking along with us in our tomfoolery here today in all of our videos. We appreciate you all so much. We hope you have a wonderful rest of whatever time of the day you are watching this. And thank you so much. Bye.